Welcome to Breaking Bank, number 23. And J Baba. Uh, did you know Mayor Baba wrote a very short little item called The Travail of the New World Order? Do you know when he wrote this? This is just a couple pages, actually. It's this long. The Travail of the New World Order, written in 1941 to 42. So, yeah. Anybody else writing about the New World Order then? No, I don't think so. Anyway, J Baba, thanks for teaching us that love is the way out. The love of our Creator. That means. Okay. Now, this one's about, the shutdown method. And I've been asked, have you done this before? Yes. And actually, I put it in a video that I've done it before and that it worked. So, but it was a part of a larger video, and that's kind of got lost in that, I think, for a lot of people. So, thanks for your patience here with this. Now, if you look into the video, in my video series called Toyota Tundra 1, I think it was, or 2. Toyota Tundra 2. Look into that one. Okay. Anyway, or 1. Oh, I think it's 1. Can't remember. I'm sorry. Anyway, the point is it's embedded as a component of the discussion of the ongoing lawsuit about the Toyota Tundra truck, and it's an exhibit that I posted inside of that as well. But I also did bring up, I think in another video too about Facebook, that I did overcome Facebook by using the notice and demand for payment, and I didn't even have to use the notice of lien. So, and I have that proof too. Anyway, most people that don't follow me on a daily basis, and I've been around for a few years doing this. Most people that have been around for a while know that, and I have, these are photos, so these are copies of photos from Facebook, because it changed, right? Anyway, Facebook created notarized documents of my death, right? And then they killed me online. Not turned off my profile, no, they didn't do that. They memorialized me. Not me, they memorialized the Facebook page of Jack McKay that I was operating out of, right? Anyway, so that's what it looked like. It says remembering, all right? These are photos that I took, all right, and entered into the court record, all right, a few times. And you can look at the video about that I entered, this information into the court record in Sarasota County. So, and the cases are listed, the case numbers and so on, are listed from those lawsuits. Anyway, so what happened was, if you look up what memorialize mean to to an account, you'll see that for Facebook, it goes a little bit like this. All right. Anyway, so what I did was prepare a sworn affidavit to when I was in Asheville, in Buncombe County, to the city of Asheville. And I'm just going to put it here in a readable format so that you can read it. I don't need to read every little detail, but I'm going to go through it make sure it's readable, and you can read this, all right? This is an affidavit I used, all right? Excuse me, I'm going to go through this. It's online already, as I said, on a YouTube video, but I just want to give you this one small piece as proof. Because you're like, oh, does this work? Anyway, this will be it. The proof. Okay. So this is what I gave to the police, right? And, alright. See, what I did was, I sent a notice, a cover letter. I sent, and I posted this on the video. I don't have the, a certified mail tracking number and so on. That's in the other video, though. all the certified mail number and everything. This is just a copy I have in my records. I have this, and go look at the video record too, so that this is proven. This is a cover letter I did. Excuse me. There's a cover letter here, and I didn't put this on the package for the shutdown package. I didn't put the cover letter, but what I'm doing in this video is sort of give you a little, this is how it evolved. Okay, you don't really need a cover letter. What you need is to put the information, the notice, and demand for payment. My methods evolved a little bit, but this worked. Anyway, so once you find out that the only method, once you do your research, go look at Facebook yourself. Don't take my word for this. In fact, why even show you? Go look up that someone has to give Facebook a record of the death. Okay? That's the only mechanism that can happen. And not all are accepted. It's not like you can memorialize every account. Okay? An account can be memorialized at Facebook's choosing, given whatever they're given, but one of the records they have to have has to be a record of the death. Pretty much, if you look into it, notarized death certificate has to be shown to Facebook to have an account memorialized, and yet mine was. So, and I'm doing this video, right? So I'm alive. So where did they get those records? Obviously they created them. So here's the cover letter, and see, I'm back on Facebook. Okay, I don't see anybody else saying they got their Facebook turned back on or anything. I have, and I have the documents to prove it, and I'm on Facebook. So, in other words, Mark Zuckerberg with $50 billion sent me a threat, right? And let me go a little bit further before I go into this turning it back on. Let me just show you even more proof. Here we go. You remember this? I interviewed this guy 5 times, Rob Johnson, on my radio show, right? And this is Sovereigns in Honor, continuing Rob Johnson's legacy, right? Some of you know my work and know this guy's work because I interviewed him 5 times and know what happened. The same day my account was memorialized, Rob Johnson was, quote, found overdosed. The same day. By the way, I only taught once, face to face at a gathering. It was a festival. I was only asked once to come to any gathering ever to help anyone and teach anyone ever. And I did it for free. Well, Rob Johnson was paid several $1,000s. This was Evolve Quest up in Pennsylvania. Excuse me. And Rob Johnson never came. And he backed out at the last minute, was paid thousands of dollars. I ended up teaching his class. You notice anything about this guy's hat, by the way? You see, he's only got one eye showing. See, he's a character, right? He's not real. He's a deep cover agent. And so he wasn't killed. You know what I mean? That day, they just retired him as an actor. Who was going up against me and trying to turn me over to the sovereign movement, with sovereignty as a hoax. I've gone over that. Complete lie. Anyway, just more to the point, the morning I was murdered on Facebook, this guy was murdered, as a death threat to me, in addition to the death threat that I got. Go look that up yourself. Don't take my word for it. Ask around. Anyway. So they tried to get me to fear them, a guy worth $50 billion. But think about it for a minute. Just think for a minute what happens when, pretty much everyone in power wants me dead. You know what I mean? I get several death threats a day. You know what I mean? Like, a lot. Ongoing, on Facebook. Like, it never ends, right? But this was, a guy worth $50 billion, okay, who wanted to murder me. All right. And so, well, what does this show? It shows that I can't be killed. Doesn't it show this if you look? And so you must ask yourself, why can't he be killed? It's because I act under the authority of our Creator, right? Common law, irrevocable ecclesiastical trust signed and notarized, and I operate in commerce under that trust of my Creator. And unless my Creator says I can be killed, I cannot be killed. And I've proven that. This is proof of what I'm telling you. So now we're up to the account got memorialized because death records were created. Okay. We're at that point. So now it's like, does that notice and demand for payment and notice of lien work? Well, yeah, this is what I use to get it turned back on. Check it out. Okay. Sent this cover letter. This is the date, right? I'm gonna show every single bit of this again. Okay, I'm gonna go slow. All right. And it's worth reading if you care about this, but to other people they may not be that interested. You know what I mean? So I'll just give you this. This is all in original format in another video. I just happen to have this copy here, okay, that I pulled out because somebody wanted me to give them proof. So please go look at that other video. Always check for proof. This is just, I want to get this out right now, and I can't find those other documents right at this minute. So anyway, so this is a notice and demand for payment that I sent with that cover letter, right? And you can read this yourself. See, these are excuse me, these are malleable. You can change the notice and demand for payment and the notice of lien combination, right, process. You can customize it to use it as you need, because that's what the IRS does. The IRS never liens any building, right? They never lien a building or lien assets. They do a notice of lien. Why? Because it's not lien, because you can't get in trouble for putting a notice of lien. So I'm a plagiarist. I copied the IRS because no one can overcome them. Well, very few. I have several times, of course, but very few people can. And what I do is I copy their methods to overcome them. Okay, so those items were sent, and yes, I don't have the certified stuff and so on, but check out the response that I got from them in an email. So there you go. Yeah. Okay, that's good. And there's a little more information I gave in here about memorializing account. Just make it easier that you can look this stuff up. This is just printing out of like Facebook's page, so they had it just to make it easier when I entered it into the court record, that it would be easier to find it. Of course, I gave this to Asheville City Police too, and they did nothing, of course, right? And when I was there, I told them I was on the run from Mark Zuckerberg, had the documents to prove it and so on, and had my Facebook back on, and of course they're Illuminati, right? Do you know what the code for officer down is in police code? 999. In other words, if you're standing, you're 666. But if you're down, you're the mirror image, which is 999. Did you know that? Yeah, that's truth. Anyway. So in those that there were further records in with this proof that you can look up if you'd like. The items referenced in those letters are here. And this is proof that Christian Ministries Trust does exist, that I do operate under its authority, and that authority is granted by, right? Who? The IRS. That's right. Yep. Okay. Oh, this might be useful. This was proof of indigency. This is just a record that might help people with that item, right? See, I got my person down to indigent status and got it, right, qualified for an EBT. I talk about that a lot. Records of my person, record of the trust with federal ID number, and so on. There is the social of the person. Come at me, whoever. I dare anyone. Okay? And so here you go. That's the MBA for the person that I got. And there's the Master in Science in Accountancy that I got from my person. So I hope that's a good, clear record for everyone that asks, did I use this before successfully? Did you notice I didn't show you a notice of lien? I didn't show you that. In other words, all I had to do was send the first one, the notice in demand for payment. They saw the truth in it and what would be coming their way, right, with the notice of lien, and they simply acquiesced. In other words, they had $50 billion at an individual's disposal, and I don't know how many hundreds of billions Facebook has at their disposal, right? And they want me dead, right? But they couldn't kill me, okay? And in fact, I was able to overcome what they did to me. Not only didn't they kill me, that I am resurrected. Okay? I mean, it's not that many. I'm not comparing myself to Meher Baba. Okay, Meher Baba is, the Son of God, and I'm not. I'm nobody. I'm his servant. I'm nothing. I'm nothing. I just surrendered under that authority. I operate under the authority of our Creator. That's it. And so I'm nobody, I'm nothing. He just asks me to demonstrate to you what is possible. I'm nobody, I'm nothing. I'm just operating under that authority, okay, of our Creator. See, I'm nothing. Our Creator is everything. Creation proves a creator. And when you operate under the authority of creation, properly, legally, lawfully, spiritually, okay, that is the way you operate. The other team, even though they're 999 out of a million, operate under the authority, of the other team, not the Creator, right? But still, and they have, unlimited funds, unlimited people at their disposal, unlimited time, but they don't have the authority granted by our Creator, or I would be dead. Now, this is all proving that fact. Okay? So the people that want to, go up against these big, stop the pipeline, stop the whatever project, good. Bad stewardship of our, cage that we find ourselves in would be putrid. We're stuck inside this dome, okay? And so you don't want to, be making a mess where you're living, okay? You don't want to, have Stockholm syndrome and revere the creation or the creatures too heavily, that we, find ourselves in this cage under the dome, right? Rainbows prove we live under a dome. So, there's a Creator of this very small enclosure we find ourselves in. So to operate under the authority of that Creator really means I can't be killed. I can overcome things that are done to me that shouldn't be done to me, because I operate under the authority of our Creator. And I do it properly. I follow their methods in commerce. You go look up the IRS website, irs.gov. And all you really have to do is Google search notice in demand for payment, IRS, or notice of lien, and IRS. And you can go read the entire process right on their website, like I did, and just copy it. I just happen to be an accountant and know what's up with this stuff, and I'm a great plagiarist. I do what works because it works. No, not for any other reason. See, I didn't invent this game of monopoly in business and commerce. I didn't do that. What I try and do is explain it to people and how it fits together with all the other things we find in our surroundings. okay, and how we can operate under the authority of our Creator properly. See, the other team wants to hide that from us. I unveil it for everyone. The sovereignty is a hoax. There's no I'm free. Freedom is a hoax. We have one choice to make in our entire lifetime, actually. One actual choice. Which team are you on? Which team are you going to operate under their authority? Okay? In God we, right? The we, me, 33, capital G, Luciferian Satanists, are you going to operate with them? Because that's really only 1 in a million people are not operating with them, okay? Only 1 in a million. Everyone else operates with them. Okay, but if you want to operate on the, with the other team, and you cannot be killed until it's your time. Like, losing the body is just leaving the time dome. So time exists only in this realm, inside the dome, right? Rainbows prove we live in a dome. And that top, the dome spins, creates time. That's why hell and heaven are eternal, right? Because when you go outside of time, eternity is eternity. Like, time doesn't exist. So when you come back in, right, time like clicks up again. So you really want to exit the time dome and leave the cycle, right? Buddha said 8,400,000 lifetimes. You can come back into that cycle, all right? Evolution's a hoax. We evolve as our consciousness evolves through the many species, right? Including rocks, the inanimate objects too. Here, and we come to the top, human, and then, we don't evolve the body into another body or any other thing. Then we evolve the consciousness till we exit the time dome. That's all we do here. So my role, and since I know how to, and these things, it's to share it with my brothers and sisters so they can live, not in fear, and they don't have to, drink polluted water, live in a polluted place, have everything decided for them. You can make your own decisions. Once you make the choice on to operate on, either team, you have to do it's like under the rules of either team. So if you're with the Creator, you have to, like back what the Creator does, respect it, revere it, and protect it. Okay? So if you do that, this is how you do it. I have proof I've done it. And I'm sharing my method that I was given from our Creator to everyone, and I'm doing it for free. Okay, I don't know, like, what else I can do. I can't fight every battle for every individual, but I can give you a method that I've shown right here, is proven to work. So please, lose the fear. What did Mir Baba say, right? Don't worry, be happy. That's his song. Don't worry, be happy. Okay, so don't worry, let's be happy, file a couple of pieces of paper, and be done with this whole thing out there. There's a pipeline, like, blah, blah, blah. Like, raise money, get things. I know, it's going to be winter. Winter's coming, Yeah, I get that. But can't you see that this is, like, set up to put you in this isolated area in the middle, in the coldest place in the United States, in the lower 48, and, to cause havoc and problems and to build civil unrest when all you need to do is spend less than $100, file a few pieces of paper, it jams up their credit, so you put the claim against their asset of land, and then that land can't be lent on anymore. Okay, so that gums up their ability to create the project, and projects are constantly being bought and sold by other companies. They bankrupt companies, and you have to sell off the asset, to the new company. So it needs to be refinanced regularly. And putting a notice of lien on the property means it can't be refinanced. And it can't be sold because there's a cloud on the title. If there's a notice of lien on the title, it's like having a mortgage on your home. You can't just go down and say, take the mortgage off. No, they can't either. They put us under this debt slavery system, so you use their method to tie up their stuff. It is so simple. Nothing else could be simpler. All their stuff's tied up, right? Then they got to talk with you. You're negotiating. You're settling. You're not at war anymore. You're at the peace table. Hey, how do you want to remove this, notice of lien from your property? How do you want me to write a satisfaction of lien and record that against the notice of lien. How do you want me to do that? How do you want me to go down and let them know this thing's been satisfied? Like, you just want me to go do it, but what will you give me to go down there? See, with a mortgage, they want a big pile of money to put that paper up. Well, what do you want? You want the project to not happen, right? Okay, so give me that letter that the project's not happening. I'll take out the notice of lien. See how simple it is? I've used this notice of lien in Florida before, too. You'll hear from... See, because they get the notice of lien once you record it against the property down at the county records, they're going to get a copy of it. And that day they get a copy of it, they're going to call, email, whatever, way you gave for them to get in touch with you. You'll hear from them that day. But listen, so apparently people think courage is needed to fill out pieces of paper. Okay, well, I think a pen is, or a computer and a printer, but some people think it's courage. Anyway, all you got to do is print out these documents and do your thing. Be done in the day. They get it a couple days later, sent from the county. Hey, or you could send it overnight, right? Hey, now we're negotiating. Like within 24 hours usually. You saw how fast my account was turned back on. They got that, click, back on. Okay. Yeah, I've done this. Yeah, that's the proof. What are you going to do now? You're going to let me fight all your wars for you? Every one? Going to step up, huh? Show, who is backing you. I'm under the authority of a creator. Creation is that power, that I'm under. You think that I should be afraid of anyone? I'm not. Bring it. All right. God's blessings to one and all. Mer Baba, may all beings be released from suffering. Please. Jai Baba.